Cheese!
Make a mask. Yeah. Oh, did he?
Were you asking? How old are you, Sheila?
Why is it important for someone to understand what autism is? Why is it important? Well, okay, let's just do a little statistics, okay? I mean, there's 1 in 150 children diagnosed with autism. You will meet someone whose life has been touched by autism.
We started the Cincinnati Center for Autism as a means to provide another source, another place for parents to bring their children for help. The center started out of my wife Susan and I's frustration in trying to find services, trying to find the answers when, our son Blake was diagnosed.
When I got the diagnosis, autism was this 900-pound word that just sat on my chest and sucked the air out. I've come to realize that, yeah, it makes him different, perhaps, than some of the other kids in the neighborhood, but I've gotten to the point where I wouldn't change some of those quirks. They're part of who he is, part of what I love about him.
Hey, I'm talking to you, mister. Aha, hey.
I've learned everything from him. He's taught me patience. He's taught me that you don't have to show intelligence in the way that people expect intelligence to be shown. You don't have to sit down and speak a discourse on a subject to be an intelligent person. He is extremely smart, even though people will test him in a like an IQ test that is made for a verbal person or a typical person, and he tests low. He can tell you more about the universe and the space and about the human body than most grown-ups with college education.
We understand first and foremost that you're a parent and you're an individual and you're unique, and it's okay if you have a hard time dealing with it, and it's okay if you're a super parent. Every single parent is different, and we don't expect everyone to fill this role, a cookie cutter role. Just like every single one of our children is different, every parent is different. So we have to be able to adapt to what they need from us, and I think that's really important. Another thing that I think is important is that we cannot, dictate to a family what they need to do with their child. When we work with a family, the first thing I ask a family to come in with is an idea of what their children's strengths and weaknesses are, and then what their goals are. So they don't come in and we don't evaluate them and then say, this is what you need to do with your child. We say, what do you want from us, and how can we help you?
The center's not really about me or my family and Blake. The center's about giving back and helping people. We had the ability to start the center, be it some common business sense and be it some financial wherewithal. As a child, I was raised to give back, and we saw this as our opportunity to give back because Blake was getting help. We were getting Blake help, but it was the other people who weren't in our position that we wanted to help.
These people really care about the kids. They have their best interests at heart, and just having somebody with the knowledge base and that really, empathizes and wants what's best for your child, there's really not words for it.
Wow, it's exactly what I'm looking for. It was a structured program, the one-on-one. They followed the ABA protocol. It was exactly what Tegan needed, and we've had a tremendous experience so far.
Give me a hug. The people who have been working at the Cincinnati Center for Autism, they've worked very hard to teach these kids with autism.
I feel like I can offer a lot of guidance in helping them, especially since I have a brother with autism. You kind of see, and kind of like living with it, you kind of know like what their communication deficits are. He does like 40 hours of therapy a week. And it's just, like he works harder than I do.
Success of the center has very little to do with Matt Brennan. It has everything to do with the staff, the hard work and effort that they put in. The one thing that I really try to put my stamp on at the center is to make sure that the people that work with us and work with the children have compassion. I firmly believe that the child will perform its best and will learn its best when it feels the compassion from the therapist.
The fact that the parents are the ones who founded this center, you have to be able to relate to the families, and you have to be able to understand where they're coming from, but also to be able to provide the strength that they're looking for.
All of the therapists here are invested in the kids. It's not that they're just doing this because it's their job. They're doing this because they see the help they're providing for families. They see the difference they're making in these kids' lives.
They're just great, giving, caring people. They really want to work. They want to help. We're obviously not making a ton of money, so it's what we want to do. I think I found my niche in life.
With our teaching method, it's a very quick teaching method, and you're able to teach skills quickly, and you see a lot of skill acquisition. So with some of the kids, it's just finding that motivation.
Good. What's your name?
When you do see progress, or when you just make a connection with that kid, I mean, talk about motivating and amazing. Just because it's so hard to engage them. So when you do, or when you are able to connect and to build on those connections, then it's just great.
It's so important to invest in the children because they're the future of this nation. So, and even children who have autism or any other development delays, they can be very bright and very intelligent.
You will meet someone who, saw a child with autism at the store. You will see a child with autism at the store. Every single one of us is going to be touched by a child with autism. Wouldn't it be much better to understand than to avert our eyes, than to walk a little faster down the aisle? Wouldn't it be okay? If we have an understanding of something, even a basic understanding, it's a lot easier to look it in the face and to recognize it than to try to avoid it. And at some point, it's going to become unavoidable. That's just a fact. It's unavoidable now.
Yeah, you're a good boy.
Anything else you want to tell the viewers of this, Blake?
No.
No? No?
Mm.
Can you say, all done?
Done.
All done.
No! Oh, no!